also like protein.
She struggles with food allergies and seasonal allergies.
Asthma.
And asthma. So what brought us here last March, right, was she'd had a couple episodes just in that winter. We'd had her asthma. She got sick. It was just a stomach virus that for other people lasted a day or two, and for Monica it lasted about a week. And by the end of the week she was still throwing up. So we ended up taking her to the hospital and hoping they'd give her an IV. Instead they gave her Zofran, which she had an anaphylactic reaction to. And so I'm just looking at her breaking down over this simple, what seemed to be a simple virus for other people.
Yeah.
So we were pretty distraught over that, and the fact that we were putting her back on inhalers, the steroid medication for her asthma. And at that time, both of the girls were singing in choir in church, and providentially, a woman sitting next to me was present when Monica came up to me with a concern about what she thought maybe was a hive. And so this woman said, "Oh my goodness, she has a lot of fear. She seems really worried." I said, "Well, she has a lot to worry about. She has a lot going on." And I said, "Oh, well, she has some medical things." And she just kept asking like probing questions. So I was like, "What do you do? Why are you asking these questions?" And she said, "Oh, I'm a nurse. And I work in wound healing." Okay. And it sounds to me, from what you're describing about your daughter, that she could really benefit from seeing Teri Cochran. That is how the conversation went. So this was not brand new to us. I was like, what the heck? Because all the doctors were telling us, she's fine, she's fine, she's fine, she's fine. I'm like, my daughter's not fine. She's 12, and her father carried her home from a walk because her ankles hurt so bad. And she can't eat because her stomach hurts. That's not normal. So you're another step in, our journey, and I feel like, we've accomplished so much because within 3 days... We didn't mention the depression that she has at night. To us, that was just Monica. She's melancholic. She worries, it's just part of her personality. Like, it wasn't on our minds as an issue to give to you. And, but the very first thing we noticed was when we started on the diet and the supplements, within 3 days, Monica's like, boing, boing, boing through the house. It was like Tigger emerged, She was happy and goofy and just silly, like we remember her when she was about 2 or 3, and the depression, gone. Just gone. And it has not returned since. That was the very first thing my husband and I noticed. And then the stomach aches went away, and then the joint pain.
And we've done challenges for you where you had really bad allergies to things where now she is no longer allergic.
Right.
Like the nuts.
Well, she started gaining weight.
Yes.
The second time we came to see you, it was evident in her face that she had gained weight.
Mm-hmm. So with Monica, what she had is she had significant intestinal permeability. She had a sulfur sensitivity, which was impacting kidney function. When the kidneys are impacted, what happens is it affects neurological function and neurotransmitter function, which will impact depression. She had stomach aches because she was eating large proteins that her body couldn't break down. And she had the swelling because, again, she had the kidneys, which are very sensitive to sulfur and sensitive to large proteins. So we took away all the big proteins, so she was eating not a lot of meat.
Not much at all.
Yeah. We took away all the foods that contain sulfur. We started healing the gut with something called intestinal permeability support. We put her on digestive enzymes to help her break down the proteins. Dawn had already started her on a thymus glandular, which is really important to support immune system. We put her on then an antihistamine because she was having, but not an antihistamine like Zyrtec, called quercetin, which is a bioflavonoid, also antioxidant, which has very big healing properties. There are no contraindications to this. And so lowering her histamine load so she wasn't so reactive, starting to heal that gut with that intestinal permeability support and not giving her those big proteins that kept breaking through that digestive lining, attacking the kidneys. She started absorbing, so she started gaining weight. Her depression was gone. Her stomach stopped hurting, and now she's able to eat foods that she hadn't been able to eat before, and that's really big. That's a big, big difference. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
The beginning diet was very challenging.
It was. We have been very. Because she was so immunologically impaired and she had such permeability that we took real baby steps. So, and
Bringing
Dawn
things
was
back
amazing.
in, you mean?
Yes.
Right. We've not had to take any food back.
Right.
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 In the beginning, we had to do really small steps with some of the supplements. So it started out, we saw some immediate results with things that we didn't expect to see.
Right.
But some of the other things took some time.
Yes.
But it's totally worthwhile.
And this is an art. I mean, it's a science, but it's also an art, and every individual is different. And so what I have found is you have to start really small, and that's why when
Right.
you know the chiropractor, which he's probably right, Michaela does need 2 IPS, but I have her on less because
Right.
you can always go up,
Mhm.
you know, but if you do too much and you overwhelm too fast, then
Right.
there's a lot of you lose ground. He's amazing. I mean, she looks different. She's grown. Her face is filling out.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone notices.
Yeah. Even from the last time I saw you 2 weeks ago or whenever it was, you look different. So it just keeps getting better.
And brother, we're all learning to love